I thought you honestly made the argument that being conservative was inherently evil, but I guess I've been missing sarcasm.
Oh, shit. The chat just lit him up.
Oh my God.
Conservatism is evil. Being a conservative does not make you an inherently malicious person, though. Not everyone who's conservative is conservative. New Age brain rot has always been far right-leaning. It just...
New Age brain rot has always been far right-leaning. You know, I've lived in some places in Northern California, Santa Cruz, San Francisco. I've lived around a lot of New Agers, a lot of people that are comfortable with their crystals and
yes,
and you know, their sage, you know, get the evil spirits out of the room, that kind of thing, right? None of them seem to be right-leaning in any way, shape,
is that what he
form.
means when he says New Age? He's talking about like New Age spiritualism?
I think so.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense if that's the case.
Has the aesthetics of left-leaning groups, which is why people have given it a pass for so long. But if you think of like where you see New Age bullshit crop up the most,
wait, we gotta start over.
New Age brain rot has always been far right-leaning. It just has the aesthetics of left-leaning groups, which is why...
Okay, so you're saying it is right-leaning with the left-wing aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know what that... We'll
so
find out.
So all those hippies running around the room with their sage are really aesthetically left-wing, but actually right-wing.
I can... Okay, here's my prediction for where he's going with this. A lot of New Age belief centers around the secret. So like, and you know, Scott Adams says simulation theory stuff, that your intentions create your reality.
Right.
So he's saying that if you believe that the hyper individual can create your reality, that makes you a secret right winger,
right,
even if you have like lefty hippie aesthetics. I'm assuming that's what the argument is going to be.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps
right,
is basically the secret. Okay.
Why people have given it a pass for so long. But if you think of like where you see New Age bullshit crop up the most, it's like spirit science type, right? Like really weird off the bat, like conspiracy, but it always comes...
What is up with these edits? This is one of his clip channels. And they're editing, I mean, what are they editing out here? Spaces? Seems like he might be saying something completely different.
Comes back to the same basic underlying truths, you know, that they try to hit on. And it's usually there is a real world.
And it's you. Oh, okay. I guess it just seems odd because it seems like he's not saying what he's saying.
And real experience that we are all being denied because an elite group of ultra-powerful bankers are controlling everything. And they're using the occult and their control of the financial system and their control of the political system to distract you from the truth and blah-de-blah-de-blah.
Wait a minute. Whoa. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I knew you'd love that one.
Did the socialists just say that the socialist conception of reality is right-wing?
Yeah, basically.
He just said, well, the concept that there's an elite class of wealthy people controlling society and culture and shielding you from real reality is a right-wing conception? What the fuck? That's like the basis of fucking Marxism.
Well, he wraps it up in anti-Semitism, though. So
well,
that's
not
why.
The anti-Semitism part, maybe, but everything else, that's the basis of Marxism.
I mean, there are the commies are a little anti-Semitic.
Well, yeah, because right. But I think it's somewhat incidental. It's not
right.
Because there's a lot of rich Jews or a lot of banker Jews or something. But that he's described like that's the whole thing with fucking false consciousness. What the fuck's he talking about? And cultural hegemony. You have the elite bougie types are controlling everything, controlling all the resources, and then they trick everyone. They create a false reality that lulls everyone into believing something that's not true.
Right.
And that's why, you know, the communist types, socialist types, they say, oh, you have to become woke. You have to wake up to the true reality that you're not happy and that there's a better future out there if you revolt and become a socialist.
What is that conspiracy that the bankers are selling to you, Sitch?
Capitalism?
It is. It's called capitalism, isn't it? That you can improve your lot in life by working hard and playing by the rules, right?
But see, this is what's hilarious. I when I was talking to my mother the other day,
Mhm.
okay, I had a far more interesting conversation with her before I blackpilled her about Hassan, and that's that there's this conception that all the conspiracy theory people are all crazy right wingers, and I was like, no, 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 you don't understand. Like, there's probably, I'd be willing to wager that there's an equal number of crazy conspiracy people on both the left and the right. The problem is that the crazy conspiracy people on the left are viewed as being right. True.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Because their conspiracies will be based around like evil whiteness or the white people or the rich controlling everything. And
Yeah,
it's just
white
from a left-wing
supremacy.
slant. Right. And the thing is, some of those people on the left, those conspiracies could be true, or at least they maybe were true, 50 years ago or longer ago. But the reason people don't think about it as conspiracies, as them being conspiracy theorists, and I do, is because conspiracy theorists on the left did not look at the facts first and then come to a conclusion. They're just like conspiracy theorists on the right, just like conspiracy theorists in the center, is that they have a moral intuition that's pushing them or driving them to a certain direction. And then they just use facts and logic and information to kind of, post hoc justify whatever they believe.
Wherever they wound up on their own. Yeah.
Right. So, and it's so funny because whenever I argue with people on the left about this, it drives them crazy. When I'm like, you don't understand because people on the left always like to think, oh, the left looks at facts and logic and they're just smarter than people on the right. And I'm like, no, no, no. Even when people on the left are correct about something, it's not because they look at facts.
No,
okay?
It's incidental. Yeah.
It's incidental. They just got lucky, right? They just got lucky at that point. And so that's kind of the world we live in, is that a lot of the left-wing conspiracy theorists are either A, lucky, or B, they're just ignored because the left wants to hide them and not acknowledge the folly of like the crazy left-wing conspiracy theory stuff. And this is why this is so fascinating, is because Vaush, who is a socialist, he literally only conceives of these conspiracy theory types as being on the right. He's completely blind to it on the left and in his own ideology, which is so weird.
He's sitting in the middle of a conspiracy right now. He is the arbiter. He's the arbiter of a conspiracy on his own channel.
Right.
He doesn't realize it. Yeah.
Fascinating.
It's anti-material analysis. It's pure conspiracy bait. And there's a reason why conspiracies are generally the domain of the right, because they appeal an elite group of ultra-powerful bankers are controlling everything, and they're using the occult and their control of the financial system and their control of the political system to distract you from the truth and blah 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 blah. It's anti-material analysis.
How is that anti-materialist? Isn't that, well, I mean, he said occult, so I guess if you remove occult from that, isn't that 100% materialist? I don't understand.
Yeah, it is materialist, both in the colloquial sense and in the philosophical sense.
Yeah.
So either one it is.
Okay.
Analysis. It's pure conspiracy bait. And there's a reason why conspiracies are generally the domain of the right, because they appeal towards intuition. They appeal to like gut instinct feelings towards.
How ironic is this? How ironic is this? It's like that totally goes for every single person in Vaush's audience, and doubly for Vaush. All of Vaush's positions come from intuition.
Politics, which are great for fascists, by the way. And it tends to drive people towards insanely irrational conclusions. Conspiracy theories provide easy answers to difficult problems. They also tend to lean heavily on...
Look, wasn't it Hassan who said, oh, I know how to solve the housing problem. You just give all the homeless people the empty housing stock.
Yes.
Of course they lead to
just
simple
take
answers.
all of Elon Musk's and Jeff Bezos's money and just split it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything he says in this video, it's hilarious, but completely applies to himself and his audience.
The projection, this is like, how is anyone in his audience not like putting this together in their mind?
Now, I think is a charge, or this situation, I think it's difficult to make the charge of projection, because I think like he thinks his thinking is so far away from this type of thinking that he wouldn't necessarily be projecting this as something he does onto other people.
No, but I mean, projection doesn't necessarily require that element to it. I understand what you're saying, but it
Well,
it just means you're projecting what you're doing.
Well, I
Essentially.
usually think that projection involves somebody thinking about the world in a certain way and then assuming
Right.
other people think about the world in the same way. So they're basically projecting their thought style
Yeah, I understand
onto
what you're
other
saying.
people.
Yeah, right.
And I don't think Vaush knows that this is his modus
Well,
operandi.
I mean, I don't know if there's specific types of projecting. The type you're talking about one type of projecting. There's another type of projecting, which is that when people unconsciously project what they believe onto other people.
Right.
Which is, I think, the more classically psychological way that projecting is used.
Vaush thinks that he reasons his way to his positions. Correct?
No, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, it's just crazy to me. Like, this is literally woke law of projection on steroids. It just, I can't imagine how. I guess I can because we just saw it. It's just insane to me that Vaush could literally lay out like the Marxist conception of conflict theory,
yeah,
and false consciousness and cultural hegemony, and then say, "See, conspiracy theories are the domain of the right wingers." And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, it's insane.
Yeah,
this really shows like all these things are not partisan. Like, these things are just frameworks that exist in human minds, and then people kind of project their partisan values onto that framework.
Yes, and this is why you end up with equal number of crazies on either side, because I'm convinced it's random. It's completely random which side of the equation they end up on.
Well, I'm sure like if we could somehow map in the brain like all these personality traits, they're not connected.
Yeah.
And that's why you can get like these crazy people on either side, because they're not connected. They don't tie into each other at all.
I agree. Yeah.
I think the only thing that ties into each other is that having more extreme opinions obviously is correlated, or even more caused by having extreme viewpoints.
Yeah.
And being
non-essentialism, because conspiracy theories need like cartoonishly evil villains. Have you ever wondered why like people on the right
wait, he's literally tweeting a couple of days ago, the tweet that I responded to. Says, CT made funny pictures. He's tweeting a couple of days ago that Republicans want to prevent gay and trans kids from being able to buy and eat school lunches, and that they're trying to genocide
trans
the
people.
LGBT population. Yeah. He says, when will we wake up and stop pretending the end goal here is anything other than genocide? And he's saying that these people want to believe in cartoon. When was this video made? Is this from like 5 years ago?
No, it's
this is from like 2 days ago.
Yeah, no, it's recent. Yeah, obviously.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't give you an old Vaush video. Come on.
Why are we not? We should have saved this for a Sunday. We should have found like the longer clip and say this for a Sunday. Video is insane.
Well, we could do it on. Well, listen, you were supposed to be looking for Vaush. How am I able to find
I didn't find this one.
How am I able to find a clip in literally 30 seconds? That's insane.
Well, I use
all day Saturday and you can't find anything.
Listen.
Sitch, you got to go to the clips channels, okay? The clips channels are where it's at.
That's the problem. I went on his channel. I didn't go to the clips channel.
Vaush doesn't upload his insane shit, okay? Other people do. And they clip out his stuttering so he thinks it's cool.
God, this is videos. Okay, let's keep this.
It gets worse. Like, we're barely into this thing.
Oh my God, how is it possible? This is insane.
Possible. It's definitely possible. Look,
the stunning lack of self-awareness.
He starts talking about how magnanimous he is with Republicans. I'm dead serious.
No.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yes. No. He doesn't view Republicans.
Oh my God.
Sitch, how dare you think that he's not magnanimous towards Republicans? He does not think that they're all evil. Okay. Sitch, stop strawmanning him.
I say, okay.
When they talk about the left, they talk like the degree of like essential evil they ascribe is like really weird. Everything has to be like Saturday morning cartoon villain evil for them. because it's the level of simplicity they're comfortable with. There have to be good guys and bad guys, and everything is collapsing, but it will...
See,
Oh my
just
God.
Republicans only know good, bad, and black and white. They're simpletons, basically.
This is a troll. This has to be a fucking troll. Vaush has to just mask off. He's really Andy Kaufman, the son of Andy Kaufman, and he's been doing a bit for 5 years. This is crazy.
The guy who can't see past turf or no turf is telling you about black and white thinking.
This is a fucking crazy. I've never seen this in my life.
Yeah, I know.
This is insane.
This is the question whether or not, I mean...
Where's Doomer? Doomer, you need to get on here. This is like the fucking craziest shit ever.
Is it projection though? I mean, he doesn't.
I don't know what it is.
He does not know that every word coming out of his mouth applies to him.
Yes,
he can't know that.
How?
It's like a paradox.
This is like a parody. If you wrote this, okay.
If someone, no, you can't.
Okay, if someone printed out this transcript of this video,
it's too unbelievable.
And they said, "Here would be a funny parody video. You should make like pretending Vaush." I'd be like, "This is so stupid. Like no one will believe it. This is just too hyperbolic. It's too ridiculous."
Yeah. No.
And here we are.
Yes, it exists in the world. It's just getting good.
Will be fixed as long as these changes are made or these steps are taken.
Oh my God. Doomer just said, I'll come on and argue Vaush is right.
Doomer can come on. Bring him on.
Okay. Well, I guess I feel like we're obligated with their official Vaush experts. So.
It's not good for Doomer, though. I mean, Doomer has this idea that he's trying to separate himself to politics, but I feel like he's always going to be the Vaush guy if we keep this up. Doomer, I'm trying to think of you. I'm trying to think here. I mean, I want you to come on, but I just don't want you to get pigeonholed into like the Vaush whisperer.
And then everything will be fine forever.
It's too late for that.
Don't we do the same? No. All of my negative bad guys and everything is collapsing, but it will be...
Hold on. You missed it.
He said, don't we do this? Someone in the chat.
No, chat challenged him and said the exact same thing we just said. Don't we just do the same thing?
Yes.
Nope.
There was some brief moment of self-awareness.
No, we had that other video that we covered. Remember when someone did that? And he's like, the difference is we're right.
Yeah.
The difference is we're right and they're wrong. Our conspiracy theories are correct.
Yeah.
It's the same thing you told your mom. It's the exact same thing.
Cartoonishly evil villains. Have you ever wondered why like people on the right, like when they talk about the left, they talk like the degree of like essential evil they ascribe is like really weird. Everything has to be like Saturday morning cartoon villain evil for them. Because it's the level of simplicity they're comfortable with. There have to be good guys and bad guys and everything is collapsing, but it will be fixed as long as these changes are made or these steps are taken, and then everything will be fine forever. Don't we do the same? No. All of my
No.
Nope. Come on, let him go.
I like that. It says, don't we do the same? I mean, to be fair, you do the same sometimes.
Oh my.
Negative ascriptions of others are based on material analysis, individual ethical ascriptions. Frankly,
what just happened? Doomer.
Yeah, what?
New Age brain rot has always been far right-leaning. Every Republican in this country ontologically evil is a testament to my material analysis skill.
Yeah, I know. We're skipping. I know.
Doomer came in and fucked everything up.
He did.
God.
Let's go. Come on.
How dare he?
Will be fixed as long as these changes are made or these steps are descriptions. Frankly, the fact that I have the self forever. Don't we do the same? No. All of my negative ascriptions of others are based on material analysis, individual ethical ascriptions. Frankly, the fact that I have the...
So he just used big fancy words to say no.
Yeah.
Because when I do it, it's right.
Well, he said I use logic and evidence and stuff like that.
I use materialistic.
I mean, I did see that debate with Count Dankula, and it didn't really seem like he has any credibility in what he's saying. It seems like he was just using his gut intuition and defining everything Count Dankula was doing in a negative light. I mean, it seemed more like that was what was going on than, using logic, reason, and evidence.
The self-control to not declare every Republican in this country ontologically evil is a testament to my material analysis skills. Like, they're so evil. You know, it's so bad what they push for. You know, but it's
So wait,
why don't you let him go a little bit?
I can't. He's just like, listen, all the right wingers, they view the world very simplistically through the lens of good and evil. And so I was like, well, don't you do the same thing? He's like, no, because when I said all Republicans were ontologically evil, they were just so evil that I was right.
Oh shit, Doomer!
He's not even making an argument.
Why does Doomer keep resetting the thing? What's going on here?
Because he's a bad person.
Doomer.
Watch Together is being weird. It's not showing me the Vaush video.
Oh, it's because I know why.
Because we did a bunch of backups.
Here, let me fix it. Okay.
New age brain rot.
Do you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Did you hear the first part of this video already?
Sitch, you
Yeah, Vaush being based incorrect.
Don't you
please
fucking
stop.
dare! Don't you fucking not even
When
for
has-
a meme. Not
When
even
has
for a meme.
Vaush been uncharitable to Republicans? Such
You
name
got-
a single time.
You're gonna have to use a little bit of self-control, Sitch. Okay, like go for Doomer Adam levels
Uh-huh.
of self-control here. You have to just
Oh,
you
okay,
have to let
okay.
the
Oh,
video
Adam levels of self-control.
Yes.
let
Let
the
me-
video
okay, let me-
Doomer.
Hold
By
on,
a
Adam.
sophist?
Don't make
Let
me
me
kick
engage.
you, Doomer.
Let me engage my Adam's level of self-control, okay, buddy?
Listen, we're
I'm
all
putting myself in
we're
the Adam
all
headspace.
we're all together on this, okay? Adam has
You fucking sophist! What the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot, stoat motherfucking lying piece of shit!
okay, a little more self-control. Just dial
That sounds
I
about
thought you said
right,
like
yeah.
Adam self-control. Now
dial
you're saying
the
self-control. I'm
dial the
confused.
Adam self-control just a little down.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Just let the video play a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Let's give some
Okay.
meat for us to give commentary on here. I think we're a little further on here.
There have to be good guys and bad guys, and everything is are based on material analysis, individual ethical ascriptions. Frankly, the fact that I have the self-control to not declare every Republican in this country ontologically evil is a testament to my material analysis skill.
Oh, he says because I misheard. He says because he is so. Oh my god, because Vaush is just so bold and so forgiving and so charitable that he doesn't call every Republican ontologically evil,
So
just most of them.
To be
Right.
clear here,
I
Vaush's
mean, that takes
argument
self-restraint.
Vaush's
It does,
argument is
yeah.
that Republicans are very, very, very evil, and it takes his self-control to not call them evil, even though they deserve it. So
All of them evil.
that's where
Yes.
we're at. Yeah,
Right.
but you understand that's in the context of he just made an argument that the right just ascribes cartoonishly evil behaviors to the left. So he's making this argument because he's trying to distance himself from the argument he's already made that it's a problem with the right.
Yeah, but the difference is when we say that about rightoids, we're correct.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it basically comes down to that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Skills, like they're so evil. You know, it's so bad what they push for. You know, but it's ultimately based in an ethical. I mean, you do that? No, I don't. Pretty sure you have done that at least once. No, and you've misheard. How many?
I know this video is so good. The
I'm glad
chat
that
totally
he's
goes
getting-
after him.
I'm glad he's getting some pushback in chat. Okay.
The chat is
Like,
like, you
this
do this
is-
shit all the fucking time. What are you
Yeah, what-
talking about? This is
what
why
are
I
you
watch your
talking?
channel.
Yes.
How many times have I explicitly said I don't think that all Republicans are like explicitly morally bad? They misheard. It's good to remind people. Now the politicians they elect, that's a different story.
How many times have I said that not all Republicans are evil, but you know the people that they elect kind of makes them all evil?
Right.
You've told us they want us dead.
I mean,
Well,
he's
and
not
also,
wrong.
I would assume, and I'm pretty sure we've heard Vaush make arguments like this. You'd say, well, even if all, I think he did make this argument in his Republicans are evil video. Even if all individual Republican voters aren't evil, if they're voting for evil people that leads to evil outcomes, then they're evil by
Yeah.
proxy. Their actions are creating evil outcomes, and thus they should be purged.
If you're a consequentialist, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No.
God damn. Damn.
Though? Okay, wait, sorry. There's a difference between Republicans, the voter base, and Republicans, the politicians. Republicans, the politicians, absolutely want you dead and are evil and demons in human skin.
Look, this is it's so ridiculous. He doesn't know that obviously the politicians are accountable to the voters.
Probably about
Listen.
a third of the voters are too. But even then, I've pointed out.
Listen, Adam. All these right wingers, okay, they just want to see the world through the simple black and white lens of good versus evil. This very simplistic world. But me, I am a big-brained socialist, and I acknowledge that all Republicans are just demons wearing human skin who want to kill all gay people,
right,
and destroy society.
You shouldn't see society through the lens of the black and white lens of good versus evil. You should see society through the black and white lens of black versus white.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
Who do you think wants to see all Trump voters dead? The rank and file Democrats or the politicians?
I don't understand the question.
Well, there's probably a lot more, rank and file Democrats that want to get Trump voters, who believe Trump voters
Oh,
are
I see.
evil.
Yeah, right.
The
Yeah,
politicians probably could care less. But he's
Right.
making the inverse argument. He's saying that the Republican politicians are the ones that are the racist homophobes, and the
Right.
voters are just very nice people who keep voting in these racist homophobes.
Well, 2/3 of them are.
It doesn't make
He
much
said-
sense.
It doesn't make
really
much
doesn't
sense,
make
no.
much sense. Yeah. The anger and animosity is being ginned up on both sides
So crazy.
by the politicians. Yeah. And by conflict entrepreneurs like Vaush here. Vaush is ginning up
Yes.
animosity, even though he's trying to say, no, I've never said all Republicans are evil. Where did I say that? Show me the clip.
Mhm.
Out that this is a non-essentialist characteristic, have I not? How many times have I said in this channel, even if people are Nazis or whatever, like everyone is just a combination of the values they hold, and anyone's positions on anything can be changed. Maybe not all of them all the time, but any of them potentially. But conspiracism doesn't allow for that. Some in chat are following a DGG or narrative saying you're pushing the U.S. towards a civil war. That's okay. It is the prerogative of liberals to bury their heads in the sand and line their necks up for the teeth of wolves.
Now he's coming after us, Sitch.
Where's the lie?
Doomer comes
come
out.
on.
This is Doomer's socialist arc.
Doomer, we want real commentary from you, please. We don't want the
No, we
Come
do.
on.
We want Doomer to be Doomer, which
This-
means he's horrible.
this
Okay.
joking, supporting Vaush. You don't support this really, Doomer, do you? Come on, be honest.
Been pretty base so far.
What? Okay.
Listen, Doomer wants
when are
to.
you
he's gonna
making a
s-
part 2 of that Chappelle video, Doomer? I'm curious.
Doomer's switching to media takes, Adam. So he's trying to. He's
I
gonna,
know,
He's
I
gonna,
know.
He's gonna
I'm-
play to the Vaush's and the Vaush leftist side of
Right,
YouTube.
yeah.
to try
Look
to
at
get
him.
you.
Republican voters are just as bad as Republican politicians. Just read your comment section.
I can't wait. Doomer's first video is probably going to be
That's a
how
strong argument.
Doomer's first video is probably going to be how Captain America was the best movie ever made. Like I'm expecting that. Get ready for it, guys.
That's not very leftist take.
I unfortunately haven't seen any of these Marvel movies, so
Okay.
it's pretty unlikely, Adam.
Dude, no,
Well,
Doomer's first video is gonna
Captain
be.
America is pretty good. She like beats a guy up and steals his motorcycle because he smiled at her. So
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You mean
Oh,
Captain?
you mean
Marvel.
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel, yeah. What did I say?
The
Captain America.
Oh, Captain Marvel.
Okay, now I understand what the joke was that you were going for.
I flubbed the joke.
You did, you
Anyway,
did.
okay.
What's happening is fairly obvious. You would have to be retarded to not see it. If people want to, make light of the things that are happening and the plans that are being made, that's their prerogative. Gonna out myself as dumb. I've been here less than a week. Oh,
How is this anything other? How is this any different than any of the evil right wing black and whiters? Like they would literally say the exact same, like word for word, say the exact same thing that
Of
Vaush just
course.
said right there.
Of
Yes.
course. Yeah. That's the thing. They're yin and yang of one another.
Well, the difference is they would be on the wrong side of history.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, they
This-
would say that Vaush is on the wrong side of history, but
Is this Vaush's dumbest take? This could be some of the dumbest shit he's ever said, condensed in 3 minutes.
I'm not sure the you should share your girlfriend with your coworkers is a pretty. I mean, that's probably King Vaush.
Yeah, but okay, but wait.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
Doomer?
Doomer, aren't you dating someone, Doomer?
Doomer, are you sharing your? Doomer,
Are you in an open relationship?
Are you coming out as a cuck on our live stream now? Let us know.
Look, I don't have any coworkers, but I'd like to give perks to my editor. You know.
No. There you go. If you guys want to be Doomer's editor, you have equal spousal girlfriend access.
Who's editing and can you provide pics or what's going on?
No, but like the sharing girlfriend thing, the Kyle Rittenhouse take, like these are things that are based in like some weird ideology, which is stupid. But to me, it's a whole nother level to be this completely detached and ignorant of how everything you're saying applies to you.
He's always been this way.
This is like a next level version, though.
He is completely ideologically possessed. That's why Vaush is interesting, because he has no idea. Like, he has zero self-perception. He has no idea how ironic everything he's saying is.
Oh, well, wait a minute. Here's the question. Okay. Does he actually just so fucking stupid and ignorant that he doesn't understand what he's saying applies to him? Or or this is all bullshit and he's a horrible authoritarian who just doesn't believe that the rules should apply to everyone equally. And so he's going to construct a bunch of nonsense about why it's okay for his side.
They're the same thing.
No, they're not the same thing.
1 and 2 are the same thing. Yeah.
They're different. Because one would
be... The authoritarianism is what turns him into a moron.
No, because what you're saying, if he's doing it unintentionally, it's because he's blinded by ideology and
he's
tribalism.
Blind by his authoritarianism.
Right.
Yes.
No. That he's blinded by his tribalism. That he just doesn't understand. He just doesn't
Tribalism
see what
and authoritarianism are the same thing.
No, they're not.
Yes,
I'm
they
shocked
are.
to hear you say that.
They are. Look,
no,
tribalism lies on a spectrum from, you're just uncomfortable with there being other tribes in the world too. We want to seek out and destroy those other tribes by any means necessary. Which end of that spectrum is going to have the authoritarians on it?
The spectrum of tribalism is between like justified, like if you're a socialist, or like unjustified, like if you voted for Trump.
Mm-hmm. Doomer, we like your commentary too. Your jokes are okay.
Ouch. But no, tribalism just means, yes, authoritarianism is going to be on that one end of the side of tribalism, but that's my point. They don't mean the same thing. If you're extremely tribal, then you're going to be authoritarian, sure.
Listen,
I don't...
Tribalism is trying to force your tribe's aesthetic and worldview onto everybody else.
I understand. Yes, but everyone does that, and everyone does that to some extent. That doesn't mean that everyone in the world...
The whole idea behind liberalism is that we're going to all have different tribes and live and let live.
Liberalism itself is a tribe.
Yes, but...
That we're forcing on everyone, okay?
But it doesn't feel like we're forcing it on them because they love it so much.
Yeah, a liberal would say that.
Yeah, let me move on because this.
Well, at least I recognize that we are forcing on everyone.
But this is kind of.
But it's good for them, Sitch.
You're right.
Listen,
right. But this kind
bedtime is good for people.
This is relevant to what I was getting at. We're fighting over the definitions, which I don't want to do. Okay.
Right.
But I'm saying the difference I'm making is I'm saying, is Vaush just so subsumed in tribalism that he doesn't see what's happening? He's just ignorant to it, or does he understand consciously that he's being a horrible hypocrite, but doesn't care? And is just everything he's saying is just a lie.
He
basically.
Does not understand that he's being a horrible hypocrite because he's a moron. And he's a narcissist. Narcissists do not have a clear picture of themselves. They have to believe everybody loves them. Like they can't have any... Doomer. Who's barking? Is that you?
That's his editor.
Sorry, I got a little excited.
Oh, okay. You were muted, I think, when that happened, though. I thought it was Sitch.
No, I don't have a dog.
No, the neighbors were walking around outside, and I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
So you sick the dog on him?
No. That was Doomer. He smelled his neighbors and he just had to let one out.
All right. So where are we at in the? What is your?
We can-
Have I convinced you or no?
No,
Or
let's
what
go
is
back
your
to the
what
video.
is your position? You think
Oh,
Vaush is?
I don't know. I mean, I genuinely side on the. I'm generally on the side that people are unintentional, but this is just so blatant.
You think this is
It's so
intentional?
I don't know. It could. It literally
is
could
not-
be.
this is-
It literally could be.
This is dumbassery on steroids. Why do you
I
think I
don't know.
wanted to watch the video?
This is insane. This is fucking crazy.
So many people are just so up their own asses. This is like the norm. Most people
guess.
do not understand. Most people want to force their beliefs on other people because they think it will be good for them. Now I'm doing it deliberately. See, when I do it, it is deliberate. Okay, I understand. Look, we literally did this in Iraq, and now we're having better luck in Ukraine. But anyway, enough. At least I know what we're doing, right? I'm not in the dark here.
Oh, hi. I thought you honestly made the argument that being conservative was inherently evil, but I guess I've been missing sarcasm.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
The chat just lit him up.
Oh my god!
This is the thing. He's built an audience of people who are rabid to believe that, Republicans are Satan incarnate.
Yeah.
So he can't pull this maneuver. They're going to be
know.
pissed and be like, "What the fuck, dude? I've been listening. I've been donating to you for a year now because you tell it like it is." Now you're
that's
telling
true,
me
like-
that was all joking?
Yeah, imagine if Sitch gave a good media take, how fucking upset chat would be.
Chat is upset because I give nothing but correct media takes. That's the problem.
You don't like
Yeah.
mystery men?
Oh my god.
Doomer, we're watching a video on Vaush here. We're trying to clip
Doomer.
it out, so I mean,
I should have known Doomer likes Mystery Man.
we can't go off on a tangent on Mystery Man, guys. Come on, let's keep it.
Um,
I hate to rein
But-
it in, but look, nobody wants to hear it.
it's
no-
fine. You can kick Doomer if you want.
Okay. Well, I don't want to kick Doomer. It's a very easy thing we're doing here. Anyway,
Well, let me read the chat. In Vaush's chat, it says, Vaush, doesn't Hassan do similar America bad talking points? It's almost like what we covered on Sunday. Vaush is just based and dementia pilled. So there you go. So they're saying Vaush doesn't even remember.
that's in his chat.
That's in his chat, yeah.
So he doesn't remember. They're giving him a hard time for not remembering.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. I thought you honestly made the argument that being conservative was inherently evil, but I guess I've been missing sarcasm. Conservatism is evil. Being a conservative does not make you an inherently malicious person, though. Not everyone who's conservative is conservative.
Yeah. They just believe they're conservative.
I know I cut it out with no context. Oh my god, this is the clip. Doomer, you made your Vaush video too quickly. This is the clip. Not everyone who's conservative is conservative.
Like, I never should have made that. This guy's making some good points.
He's
Oh my god. I gotta go back.
Conservatism is evil. Being a conservative does not make you an inherently malicious person, though. Not everyone who's conservative is conservative because they're looking to hurt you. There are people who are conservative because they think it will legitimately benefit some elements of our governance or make the country better or whatever. There are, however, people who on an ideological level want you dead. There's a big difference between a person, for example, who's in favor of broken windows policing because they legitimately think it'll reduce crime, and people who are in favor of broken windows policing because they know that it will disproportionately harm black people. Think of the architects
Who the
of the
fuck
drug
is that?
war.
I know. We're
Who the
both
fuck
trying
is
to pause.
that?
Okay, so we've got some substance on the table here.
Right.
Who? Yeah, exactly. Who? So there are people voting in favor. Like if you gave them the choice, you said, "Listen, this is really going to inconvenience some people, but it's going to lower crime." They're like, "Okay, well, if it's going to lower crime," but then you come out and say, "Well, actually, it's not going to lower crime, but it's inconveniencing the right people." They're like, "Okay, sign me up for that." No,
Yeah.
that's
Didn't you
hard to
hear what
believe.
TJ was saying?
What did TJ say?
mean, this is probably like what 20% of the Republican Party
Oh yeah,
just wants to control
Oh.
women's bodies, and
Yeah.
Right.
This is like the straw.
racists.
This is the straw man argument of the.
Right.
But the whole point of making this argument, I would argue for TJ to make it and for Vaush to make it, although I think TJ is somewhat innocent in making it, is to demonize Republicans. Like the only reason he's saying this is to demonize Republicans because they would be in favor of such a heinous thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might be able to say 5% of people are fucking pieces of shit like that.
Yeah, but wait, even the people that are racist, okay,
Mm-hmm.
they're not like, oh, I want increased policing to lock up more black people. They're racist, so they think black people are committing more crime
Right.
because of their race and thus want police to lock them up because they're committing crime. So even though it's like this is a straw man of even like the racist point of view.
Right.
Sitch, are you defending racism right now?
Only for you, Doomer. Okay.
I'm. You guys, are you falling in love? I have to ask.
What do you mean falling in love?
I
Doomer's been
feel-
obsessed with me from day one.
I do feel
Okay.
like we're drifting into a little bit like you guys are going to be dating soon. I'm
Doomer
I'm
sends
throwing it out
me-
there.
Love message. He's been mailing me love messages with he kisses the envelope.
I know the
Like-
Sitch did just DM me asking to be my editor. So
really.
Well, I saw some pics of Doomer's girlfriend and I got excited.
Doomer. Wow. Sitch is not even editing his own videos. He's going to
There
edit
you
your
go.
videos.
Yeah,
somehow.
right.
that's why he's not editing his own videos.
Somehow I think
That's right.
I've had him at work in the mines.
I am suspicious that he is going to be your editor. But anyway, let's move on. Come on, we're doing a thing here. It's like a show.
Are we?
It's about get to the right now. The
Adam, you
collective
brought
goal.
this up.
Right now, the collective goal
That's
is to
true.
get to the end of the thing.
You did bring this up, Adam. This is your fault.
You guys fall. Well, it's out. Look, we're trying to do a thing. You guys are obviously flirting a lot. I figured it could if we dispel if we just like got it out there,
Mm-hmm.
we could focus on the task at hand.
Mm.
Okay, that's a good point, Adam.
Right.
Think of the architects of the drug war, Nixon and the Nixon administration. They knew damn well that it was going to disproportionately harm the left and people of color, and that's why they did it, as far as we can tell. Now,
What? Wait a minute. Vaush. Oh my God.
First of
Just
all,
like-
going back to the Nixon administration is just like
Well, but the example he used literally disproved himself. Okay, the Nixon administration, when they went after, hippies and black people, it wasn't because they're like fuck black people, fuck hippies. It's because they go, these people vote for Democrats.
yes.
They were
Yeah.
going after. They were trying to throw people, or not even that. It was This is the countercultural movement that is protesting me and hurting my political future. So I want to arrest them. It wasn't because of some intrinsic quality of their race or something.
Right. Yeah. He's going after his political opposition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is
I would
the
consider
political analysis from Vaush.
This is the materially based.
Oh, yeah,
intelligence,
exactly.
Yeah.
that to be an ideologically evil, a malicious action to start a drug war and pour tens of billions of dollars into a policing effort with the explicit intention of hurting like the black community and so on.
Well, listen, if you want to say it's evil, I would agree with that, but it's evil for a different purpose than Vaush conceptualized.
Going after your
I don't know
political
why.
rivals.
Right. Yeah.
You think Vaush really thinks going after your political rivals is evil? I don't.
Oh, maybe
I
he
mean,
doesn't.
Yeah.
If that's why he frames it this way.
Racism is obviously evil. Going after your political
Right.
rivals, I think Vaush would say is something you should do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not everyone who supports the drug war because they want those things. I'd be willing to bet most people who support the drug war do so because they just think drugs are bad and harmful and they just want them off the streets. They know that drugs lead to, people's lives being ruined, so they want drugs gone, so they support the drug war. Now, the actions, the actual consequences of their behavior might be the same regardless of their intentions, but their intentions are critical when it comes to changing their mind and understanding where their political positions might be led after that. The goal of modern-day far-right conservatives is to move their constituency over from supporting bad policy because they are misled into thinking it'll be good, into supporting bad policy because they want to hurt the right people. You know, they want to move Republicans over, the average Republican, from opposing trans ideology because it hurts people, to opposing trans ideology because trans people are degenerates who need to die.
So this is completely illustrative of Vaush's worldview here. Vaush came out and made an argument against people who believe shadow elites are running everything. Mm-hmm. But literally in my debate, I asked him about, where he thought the intuition of wanting to get revenge came from. And he told me he thought shadowy elites planted that in people. Like, his whole belief system is that shadowy elites control things. And now he's postulated a Republican Party where the leaders of the Republican Party are themselves racist, transphobic bigots, trying to move their electorate in that direction so that they can stay in office and accomplish their transphobic, bigoted goals. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? How is this not a conspiracy theory? How is this not completely backwards from actual politics?
Because it's true.
Oh, okay. I don't think this is based on rational analysis.
This is based on empiricism and materialism and some critical analysis.
Vaush's ultimate goal.
I think it's based.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Would.
Oh, it's just based? Okay. Doomer, you're such a smart guy. Come on, where's some analysis here? You just come in here.
This guy's making some good points.
You just come in here to crack jokes?
You're coming in here to troll.
Look, yeah, I know you're in character, but God, Doomer's so smart, and he's like not even participating. I feel like you. Did I hurt your feelings, Doomer? I'm sorry.
I'm busy eating a cookie.
I didn't. Okay, well that's fine.
Shoving food in his face.
I think Doomer didn't want me to mention that he was in love with you. So
I thought you were supposed to be on a diet. Why are you eating cookies?
That's the difference right there. It's the same fundamental set of prescriptions, but the reasons why they're supported are critical. Because people who are only anti-trans ideology because they think it's child abuse or whatever aren't inherently going to support the death camps. People who think that...
He literally thinks that there is a future in America, in near American future, where there's going to be death camps for LGBT people.
Right.
And he's complaining that the right wing is the one that has a childish, babyish view of good versus evil.
Right. Or creates cartoonishly evil villain strawmen out of people.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Welcome to Vaush's world.
Trans ideology leads to people being degenerates, and degeneracy is a social contagion, will support the death camps. It's where they are on that step is
look. Oh, see, if we believe now he's phrased it. So if we believe in the social contagion, oh no, we've fallen for the Republican grift. Even though, Vaush, if you really truly believe that you're looking at empirical studies and using your brain logically and reasonably, maybe you should look into the evidence for social contagion before you just make this complete conspiracy theory.
He has doesn't he have a degree in
sociology from Humboldt University? Yeah. Humboldt
University,
obviously,
a sociology degree wouldn't you wouldn't believe in social contagions, right?
Do you know the crystal per capita level of Humboldt County?
No.
Oh, it's like
what?
It's hippie central. The
amount of crystals people have.
Yeah. It's off the charts. Crystal per person. It's like 25 crystals per person.
Well, this is so weird because he started off this video by saying New Age people are really right wing.
I know.
I don't even know what he meant by that. We've already lost. I don't know what New Age people generally when I think of New Age people, I think of people who don't believe in a good versus evil black and white dichotomy. They're usually like the hippy dippy,
Right. Everyone's good.
Yeah. So I don't know what
inherently
the fuck he's talking about. Right.
People on the right people are inherently evil.
True.
is critical. You understand what I'm saying, right? And none of this is essentialist. Even the worst people can have their positions changed. It's important to.
Do you think I think Vaush is pretty bad. Do you think he's going to change any of his opinions?
Well, no. But here's a question that'd be interesting to ask. Why, like, where does he think why do people have these opinions in the first place? I mean, does he literally just think everyone's just a blank slate and then whoever teaches them first,
Yeah, they do.
wins?
This is why they're all in favor of praxis and teaching kids young.
Right.
Yeah, they do believe that.
Okay.
They want to force their ideology onto your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
To know why a person is supporting these policies, because it helps you understand how you can stop being so stupidly optimistic. Vaush, this is optimistic. Okay, not trying to tone police.
I like that his chat is even more. There's like some people in chat who are like self-aware, and some that are just like
they're
way
raging.
more, extreme.
That's raging. That's raging authoritarianism right there.
Yes.
Yeah. Just asking, is it technically more accurate to say most of these people want you dead in the sense they want to live in a world where it's impossible for you to exist? Yeah, but that means they want you dead. That's a distinction without a difference. Like it's like the white nationalist line, right? We want an America free of the black.
Look at Vaush's chat. Ban the doomers. Shut the fuck up, doomer.
I was just gonna say that.
And there's a duck there too. Oh,
really?
They know. They know.
Ouch.
Those are chatters from the future. Okay.
What is with the duck?
It's a sign of Sitch.
Wow.
Exactly.
The sigil of Sitch.
There you go. I've killed the duck and I have its head mounted on my wall.
Yeah, if you
Vaush.
type Citra Z into Twitch chat, you get that.
Vaush, would you be willing to work with authoritarian left people to defeat the right? Look at that.
Yes, I would assume. Yeah, that's a good question.
Somebody's asking him straight out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a yes, yeah.
Ouch.
Okay, well, how are you going to get that? And then they smile at you and they go, well, I don't know. How do you think we're going to do it? Like, I don't care. And if you want a world free of a group of people, as far as I'm concerned, you're putting a target on all their foreheads. You're putting a gold star on their chest. I don't really care. People can hem and haw about that all they want. It's not a distinction I recognize. Get what you're saying, but I think there's a lot of people who naively believe there's a peaceful route to a world where all the gay people magically realize they're actually straight and live happy lives. Whether or not they think there's what peaceful route? You mean conversion camps? You mean literal camps? This is the manifest of ambiguity. What's happening right now is like a cloak has been placed over their eyes and you're pointing at it and you're trying to get me to know that there's a cloak there. I know that. But think of, in all of human history, has there ever been a political campaign to eliminate the existence of a minority group, which was carried out successfully, peacefully? Has that ever happened to any?
Who wants to get rid of trans people?
Well, some people do want to get rid of trans people. I don't know. I think there's few people that want to get rid of gay people.
There's more people that want to get rid of gay people, or
no? I'm saying there's more people that want to get rid of trans people. There's lots of people I would assume on the right who just want to get rid of trans people or don't think they even exist or are valid or
put up a poll.
Right. Yeah. So. But it's weird because you're talking about this in terms of like gay people, and the fact that the public opinion on gay people has shifted so drastically over 10, 20 years. Like, I don't know why the fuck he's even framing the conversation that way, because that's what would be the goal. Would be, oh, it's not that you want to, breed gay people out of society. It's just that the acceptance of gay people becomes the norm, which it basically is becoming right now. I
think they've set a rhetorical standard that is just forces you into that belief, forces the people on the left into that belief system. I think that people on the right are generally concerned about the false positive with children, and they don't want children to be taught this gender ideology. But I guess in Vaush's world, if you don't want that radical gender ideology taught in schools, then you want to see the end of trans people.
Sure. Like, okay, if you were to imagine like a Venn diagram, okay, yeah, like like I'm concerned about false positives in children circle is going to be like massive, and it's going to take up, most people, especially most people on the right. But there is going to be a circle that's smaller, but still probably pretty big. That's like, I just, think all transes are bad or something,
Right.
or I just don't think anyone should transition. I mean,
But
I think it's a larger belief than you're giving credit for.
Right. And maybe it's 30% of people on the right. But is that 30% I don't want trans people to exist, or is it the trans people exist and live and let live, but it's just not for me and mine? Because that's a huge distinction.
Well, there's both, but I mean, there's the people who just like hate them. That's a reasonable number of people. You can check the comments on my Chappelle video if you don't believe that.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I would assume that the people that are anti-trans, they're not like, I want to, purge the trans people. They're like, I just don't think our society should be promoting and having people transition.
That's a huge difference. There's a huge difference between I don't think society should be celebrating trans people, and I think society should not let trans people even exist. That's like
there's a huge range
between that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find substantial number of lefties who have some number of opinions that would be seen as anti-trans. Either
yes, they call them TERFs.
Well, I'm not even talking about TERFs. I mean, if you were to think, for example, that being trans is we should support trans people, but being trans is a bad thing and shouldn't be encouraged. I mean, I think that probably describes 20 to 30% of lefties.
Well, it is a
that would be
mental
considered
illness.
a really anti-trans.
I mean, it's defined in the DSM as a mental illness. So,
I mean, it depends.
See, but that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. I don't know the numbers on this, and obviously I'm sure you can't even do a poll on this because it's people
wouldn't be honest.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it's just a question of so I'm looking at a poll and it says, the question was, it's a Pew Research poll. It says, is sex determined at birth, or can your sex be different from birth? And it says all adults, 54% say sex is determined at birth. 44% say it can be different. And they break it down by political party. 80% of Republicans say your sex is determined at birth, and only 19 say it can be different, while 64% of Democrats say your sex can be different.
Your sex or your gender?
Sex.
Wow. Okay.
So that's what's going on, is that a lot of people, they don't think there is a distinction between sex or gender, or they don't think that your gender/sex can be changed or should be changed. So it's not like, because he's kind of relating this to a Holocausty Jews thing, which is we need to purge these people. We need to purge the Jews or whomever, when that's not even what's happening here. It's I don't think people should be basically doing this to their body is the real question, which you can agree or disagree with, but it just, to me, it's a completely different situation.
He thinks they're harming themselves. In the Holocaust situation, you had a group of people who were actively, tangibly trying to harm others. Now you have a group of people who are saying, don't hurt yourself.
Right. They're thinking that you're hurting yourself, and then you're also hurting, their children potentially by, getting them to fall down a path.
Right, exactly.
Now you can make the argument that, maybe those people would be willing to, eliminate or take out those people because they feel like they're going to push their children down a wrong path.
Right. So they would do it in protecting their children.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any group ever in all of human history? Does it ever end that way? It never ends that way, ever. 0% of the time. It can't end that way. It's just not how politics works. We're not trying to, it's not like getting rid of Genshin Impact fans or League players or something. We're not talking about some brief, cultural bubble that'll fade with time, hopefully. We're talking about fundamental components of a person's identity. Innate characteristics, or close to innate. We don't really know how this stuff works,
Look, he even admits they don't really know how it works. Jeez. That's fucking crazy. It's innate characteristics, or maybe not, who knows.
Fairly innate characteristics that have been
fairly innate. Okay.
been a part of humanity for all of our history. anyone who wants to make it their agenda to get rid of these groups is supporting a genocide.
Just for Doomer, none of us want to get rid of these groups. Okay, we love the trans people.
You said you were against gender ideology, so I don't know.
Some of my
There
best
you
friends
go.
are trans, so I'm good. I'm cool.
Some of your best friends are gender ideologists.
Gender abolitionists. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
there is a way to look at gender abolitionism that I think I would be in favor of. Like, I don't think we should have rigid gender
Stereotypes.
roles, or stereotypes in society. So yeah, I'm against those.
Yeah,
I'm all
all
for
you really-
abolishing those.
All you really need to do is remove the expectation that men are masculine and women are feminine. I mean, that's
I
basically
do-
the only.
I
Like, those things can exist.
get rid of that. I mean, I tell people all the
Yeah.
time, I'm like 20% soy. Like that's a good. That's like a good mix right there. 20,
Yeah, so-
80. Yeah.
Yeah, so you and
80%,
Sitch
I'm
even out
yelling
to
at you,
50%.
calling you a sophist. 20%, I'm being kind and nice and gentle.
Listen,
what was it?
I can make some.
missed-
Doomer's trying to place against each other. Okay,
Right.
I can make some comments. Really, what's happening is that we have a dearth here
Uh-huh.
of feminine energy, so we have to call Doomer to come on stream.
I know,
to kind of
there we
balance us
go.
back up to average rates. So.
Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
just like,
You need to invite
you know.
someone with high T. Yeah.
no, you're the low. You didn't get what you said, Doomer. I understand.
Oh,
fem-
is he lying?
I understand women are not as smart as men, but we brought you on to bring the feminine energy.
Okay, the word dearth, Doomer means lack of. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm
I
saying
know
we
it
have a lack
sound-
of
it
feminine
sounds
energy,
like-
and we needed you
Right.
to come in and fill the role.
It sounds like girth.
Okay.
That's what we have. Dearth
Yes.
is what you have. It's like the opposite.
Why would you invite a Giga Chad volcano with testosterone onto your stream then? I don't understand. You're just showing yourself up.
It's okay. They're
You know.
there. They're there.
Let's
That'll
go.
do.
Let's finish the thing.
You can
Yeah.
wait for them to start building the camps if you want, but I'm going to call it what it is now. Serious question.
I'm not saying that everyone's black and white and evil, but they're going to start building death camps for the LGBT. Just you wait.
I know. It's so cartoonishly evil, I think, is the
Yes.
term I've heard before.
Yes, that was the term.
Do you think it'd be hypothetically possible to convince Hitler that he's wrong? Yeah, I think that it's theoretically possible to convince anyone that they're wrong of anything. Theoretically doesn't mean practically.
What a fucking dog shit take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like hot take. It's not possible to convince most people that they're wrong about anything they care about,
Mhm.
at least in any reasonable period of time. I mean, like, again, you want to talk about psychological studies. I mean, there's like tons of studies that demonstrate that when you push back on people's beliefs, they just double down. It's like
You
the
know-
natural tendency.
That's what is that? What is that called? That specific thing? Because I read that didn't.
I don't know. Just check chat and fucking 15 seconds and Aiden will say what it's
This
called.
stream could use a dearth of
Right.
Doomer on it.
That didn't. What is it? Blowback effect or something like that. I know exactly what you're talking about, but they tried to replicate it and it didn't replicate in studies. That people double down. Yeah.
I mean, this is one of these things where, like, even if that isn't what the studies say, that's I have a lot of
the
evidence
blowback
seeing
effect.
people
Yeah.
talk online. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Aiden.
Well, I usually just
Social judgment theory.
I usually just go off my gut anyway, Doomer. I don't pay
I
these
think
these studies, these scientific studies. Science is just a bunch of garbage.
Mhm.
dude, you know what happened when you said it. Aiden typed it in chat and then heard me call it, like, say she was going to say it in chat.
Of
Social
course.
judgment
That's
theory
fucking
states
funny.
you have a statement or message and you accept it or reject it based on your cognitive map.
Right.
I'll be honest, I don't know what that means. Aiden Paladin for $10. Thank you, Aiden. Says Vaush is a relativist/subjectivist. That means he sees feelings as a valid form of analysis. His emotional reaction from his perspective is as important, if not more so, than statistical data. Interesting. There you go.
I don't think it's called the blowback effect, but I can't remember what it's called.
Practically possible, though. There are always going to be people whose minds can't be changed. But it's always conceptually possible. Yeah. Doesn't always mean it's the most practical way of changing things, though.
It's always conceptually plausible. What he's basically saying is I can fan fiction myself into believing I could do it.
Wait, what did you say the blowback effect was? I missed it.
When people
When people are
strongly
challenged on their
challenge
beliefs, they
their
double down.
beliefs.
And
Yeah.
they double down instead
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
opposite?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Aiden said that that's called the boomerang effect, which is
Okay.
what it is called.
Okay. Yeah,
So there you go.
I read somewhere that didn't replicate, that there was a bunch of studies that they did, but they were poorly done studies, and when they actually did, double-blind peer-reviewed studies, that didn't happen. People did change their opinions.
She said
Well,
it is.
I've
has
done
been replicated, but-
I've done a double blind RCT with a sample size of 100,000 called Twitch Politics that arrives at a very, very
Right.
clear conclusion.
I mean, you make
Well,
a compelling case, Doomer.
I'm sure. I would have think that the boomerang effect depends heavily on what the subject
backfire
is.
effect. That's what it is.
I would assume it depends heavily on what the subject matter is and who the person is trying to convince the person is.
Yeah, and just to be clear, I'm only talking about things that people have a strong opinion on. It's definitely not true for if you like don't know about something or have a weak opinion. But like,
Sure.
when people
obviously.
form a strong opinion about something, or like it's really important to like their core values or whatever, then like yeah, good fucking luck.
The backfire effect, also known as belief perseverance.
Yeah, that's it. Why the backfire effect does not explain the durability of political misperceptions. Yeah.
Such belief perseverance, also known as conceptual conservatism, is maintaining a belief despite new information that firmly contradicts it.
They call
Such
it
beliefs-
conservatism.
Well, they don't mean like that way, but I
Hilarious.
mean, like you're conserving the belief.
Oh, I got
Such
you.
beliefs may even be strengthened when others attempt to present evidence debunking them. Phenomenon known as the backfire effect, compared to boomerang effect. I don't know what the difference is, but
Yeah,
I
that's the
don't know.
one I
Aiden will tell
I
us.
remember reading. I was like, I used to always talk about the backfire effect, and then I read a study that it didn't replicate, and I was like, oh, well, I better not talk about this shit anymore. But anyway, update your worldview a little at a time. Someday,
Right.
Vaush will update his worldview, and it'll be great.
I'm skeptical.
Not easy. Is it theoretically possible to convince Vaush that he's wrong? It's never happened before.
There you go.
What
There you
a great ending. That's a great ending to this
Vaush explains the hippie to fascist pipeline.
video. Yeah, we're not going to watch
watched
that
that
one right
one
now.
Yeah, I'll put it in the queue for next.
Oh, okay.
It's probably gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah. So any final thoughts, Doomer? You have any final thoughts on the Vaush as our official Vaush historian?
I think I misjudged this guy.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be. Okay. This will be great for your new channel. I hope you got a.
There's not going to be any link between this persona and my new channel. So
Well, we know what your voice sounds like, though, so I feel like we would be able to tell. Are you going to like hide your voice sound, or?
I'm just going to have Mahler do all my audio.
Oh, okay. Sitch, do you have any final thoughts on Vaush before we move on?
This is one of the craziest videos I've ever seen of Vaush, if not the craziest, or at least the stupidest. I'm kind of shocked at this stunning lack of self-awareness and everything he was saying. And then, hilariously, as his chat pointed out to him, his very paltry and pathetic attempt to explain it away was just amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
We are cringe connoisseurs here on the channel, and this is some epic grade A cringe. So
Yes.
thank you guys for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Hi, you just listened to a clip from the Sitch and Adams show. If you like what you heard, you can listen to our live show right here on this channel on Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And if you want, you can super chat us. We read $20 and up super chats on the show and then do a follow-up stream on the following Tuesday where we read the rest of the unread super chats and interact with fans of the show. Subscribe to this channel right here to listen to the live show or to listen to more of our awesome clips.